Welcome to Witchy and Well Soul Medicine. I'm your host, Emily Valario, pharmacist, witch, and holistic health coach. And today we are so lucky to be joined by Marika Conway, CEO of High Tea Botanical Skincare. Thanks for being here, Marika.
You're
It is
welcome.
so
Thanks
nice
for
to have
having me.
you. Oh, well, so, okay. I feel like the way we met is kind of fun, right?
Right. So yeah, there was a lot going on that day, but not as much for me, I would say.
Well, you were doing cool stuff. Yeah, so it was a
Yeah.
wellness expo. You had a booth, and I was just going around like a lost puppy, just trying to connect with people. And came over to you, introduced myself as a witch, and sometimes people are like, but you were like, yeah, girl. And then,
cool.
Right? And we had a great chat.
I grew up next to Salem, right? That's not weird to me.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Do you feel like it has influenced your work at all?
Sure, because I never have to think twice about whether that's a tendency in me. Like it kind of is, right? I use herbs and active ingredients from plants, and I make all those things into something greater than themselves, right? And I like to think that I honor that plant too. So that's part of my goal, is to, bring that plant out. So High Tea Skincare is named what it is because of green tea. And that plant just happens to be a spectacularly beautiful plant used for thousands of years. And ancient medicine definitely influences everything I do, which I guess at some point became witchcraft.
Yeah.
Depending where you were and when.
It's funny, we haven't talked about this. What first inspired you about green tea? Like, why that particular plant that inspired the name? And really, yeah.
I'm a tea girl. Everything's tea. There's tea in there, green tea. Yeah, you won't catch me without tea in my hand pretty much ever. It's kind of funny. And looking up ingredients, I just ran into it as something that's good for all skin types, all ages, all conditions. And I'm like, wow, it's a beautiful, magical ingredient. And I can use oil from the seeds, extract from the plant, wax from the plant that literally drips off the leaves, and hydrosol, which is sort of like a flower water or plant water. And it smells just like tea, and it's lovely. And then there are still other ingredients that come from the tea plant. So yeah, the oil from the seeds is in a lot of things.
Huh. And so were you a tea drinker before you entered the world of creating skincare products?
Yeah, my whole life.
Your whole life?
Like probably since 8 or so.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it something you grew up with in your home?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My mom's a big tea drinker, was a big tea drinker. So me, my sister, my mom. Yeah, I even got my husband on tea. He loves tea.
How do you feel? I've been wondering about this for myself too. I've been experimenting with teas recently. I've not been a tea person.
Okay.
But I found this really lovely herbalist in Western Massachusetts. Her company is called Sweet Birch Herbals, and I bought some tea from her. And they're like teas with intention baked in, right? Intention,
Sure.
right? The one is like sip of sunshine, one is heart lifting. And I decided to be an experiment of one. We talk about this, how we can do that, be an experiment with a sample size of one. And I feel moved by them.
Interesting.
I feel moved by them. Yeah.
Well, she made you a spell, I guess, right? She made you a potion?
Yeah. I mean, I think, and
I mean, if you want to give it a word, right?
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think intention matters, and I hope that comes through in what I make too. Like, that's important to me.
Yeah.
I always say with love and intention, like, it matters. So I don't think no matter how big I get, I can take the formulator out of it. Even if it's not me, I'm going to have to make sure the formulator is part of the journey and it doesn't just get outsourced to big labs or anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, tea. Tea is a beautiful thing, and it's ceremonial, even just in its simplest form.
Yeah.
There's something ceremonial about it. So my day's not complete without tea, and it's not the caffeine. I don't care about that. I just need my tea.
Yeah.
It's something I do for myself, and I take 5 minutes for myself, and then I bring it with me, and the day goes on. But
What do you feel it does for you? Whether that's your spirit, your heart, your body, your mind. What do you feel like the tea does for you? And perhaps there are, different teas do, you feel them in different ways. I'm curious. And perhaps the answer is not sure, and that's all good.
I do like the tea from the tea plant versus the infusions, herbal infusions like chamomile and all. They're all good, but I do prefer black tea, green tea, oolong tea, those kinds of things. And I do think that you've just decided to take a minute for yourself. And it's not a fussy thing. No one's going to accuse you of being selfish with your cup of tea, right? It's such a small, simple thing that anyone can have for themselves.
That is gorgeous. Yes. I want everyone to know that and hear that and feel that.
And I translate that into skincare, right? It's just a moment for yourself. It's something for you. You deserve it. It's simple. You need it. You should love it. And it should love you back. So
when was it that you made the transition from enjoying tea, you know, just to drink and into creating other magic with it?
I guess I had a business previously. It was a holistic wellness and physical therapy clinic, and it closed. And right about that time when I was like, what do I do with myself? I can't go work for someone else now. I kind of saw my mom in the mirror and had a little, you know, oh shoot moment. And I said, I better get serious about my skincare. And so I was looking for something beautiful, something purposeful, something that was made with clean ingredients, good ingredients. And I could not find it. I just couldn't find it. Everything was freaking me out. And I'm a big label reader, and I'm like, this is garbage, this is garbage. Now I know that there's beautiful things out there, but I just couldn't find them. So I'm like, I'm going to make it myself. And it's not that easy, but I got a diploma in organic skincare formulation, and then I made my own face cream. That was my goal. 54 tries to get this face cream exactly right. It had to be perfect. It had to feel beautiful. It had to be light, and it had to work. And of course, the ingredients are all naturally derived. And next thing you know, everybody else is curious, and they're like, well, let me try that. And next thing you know, everybody's using it. And next thing you know, I'm high tea skincare. So
how do you decide what to try, right? I mean, 54 attempts. This is no small feat. Like, this is major work and curiosity and experimentation.
Really, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the shiny object serum, shiny object syndrome is real. Like, you, like, that's a cool ingredient. That's a cool ingredient. You start buying all this stuff. Next thing you know, you've wasted a ton of money because there's no way it's all going to fit in a formula. And not everything plays well together. And then some things will completely change your formula. It'll feel weird. It'll look different. There's this oil called Buamera. It's one of the highest antioxidant plants on the planet. And this oil is the deepest red. I put just like, I think it was 0.3% into a formula, and it was this bright glossy orange, like Oompa Loompa orange. And I'm like, I mean, this is a beautiful cream, but nobody wanted it. It's like, is that going to turn my face orange? I'm like, no, I swear. But it was very glossy too, so it almost looked plasticky. It was kind of funny. It's funny how just a single ingredient can make such a huge difference.
Yeah.
And it was orange.
Was it that color before it was mixed with everything else?
It was just a simple cream color. Usually they come out creamy. Yeah. So now we're back to creamy. We took the Buamera out of that. We use it in different things, but I do love that oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, my face oil has it. So I don't know if you've seen it. It's very bright red.
I think I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it about that particular ingredient that you love?
I think it's super powerful. It's like potent antioxidant oil. And just the beauty that it brings to something is striking. So I have this red oil, and people are like, that is beautiful. They don't seem to mind that intense color in the oil, but when it was in the cream, it was weird.
Isn't that an interesting part of your equation, right? Because, you know, you're thinking about the texture and how things play well together, and also like, what is the human element here, right? What is someone going to gravitate toward? What is someone going to take a chance on?
The sensorial experience, right? Kind of decides where they're going to go with that, right? Like, yeah, just like a cup of tea, right? There's something sensorial about it. It smells nice. It's warm in your hands. You've decided to have a minute of peace, even if it's just a minute. Like, the same with your skincare, you're going to like smell it and feel it, and that matters. The first thing everyone does is smell it, which is so funny to me. Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter at all what it smells like, but
it totally does, though, right?
It does,
totally
right?
does.
What it evokes, it can turn people off too. Like, you never know what people are not going to like.
Yeah.
You know?
It's funny. I've been called toward. I'm struggling with my skin right now. I have adult acne, and I don't know. There's some self-work that has to happen. I know. We'll talk. There's some self-work that has to happen, I think, on multiple levels to sort it out. But it's like I'm drawn to things that smell rosy.
I use that a lot. I had this Aunt Rosie. She was the best smelling person on earth. She really was. And I think that just influences the scent. Like, I'm like, that was such a nice smell. So that tea rose smell is my main cream scent profile. And then, yeah, there happens to be like, it's called phenethyl alcohol. It comes from roses. It smells. It happens to be what makes a rose smell like a rose. And it happens to help my preservative system. It happens to be good for your skin. So it's actually like a beautiful ingredient, and it brings scent to my product without using essential oils that can be a little bit irritating to some people.
It's so interesting to hear you say that. I have this theory. This is a hypothesis. It's untested. That often the things that are best for us are also what's best for our wallet. It's also what's best for the environment. It's also so like there are perhaps these things that when we stumble upon them or when we, are introduced to them, solutions, let's call them, like an example would be the foods that we choose, right? How many foods that are healthy for our bodies, right? Like vegetables grown locally. It's also good for the environment, right? Because we're not, smaller carbon footprint, and we're also maybe not like outsourcing from, right? And also, it's better for our wallet in some ways, if we can grow them ourselves. But I think that's an interesting parallel that you're finding with that ingredient. It's just checking off all of these little boxes for you.
Yeah. I always say nothing goes in my formula if it only does one thing.
Oh, I love that.
Everything has to have a multi-purpose, and every formula has to be multifunctional too. Because I don't want people to have 15 steps. I don't think that's realistic. That might have been fun for a little phase, but now you have 15 plastic bottles or whatever bottles that all got shipped to you probably separately, and 15 bottles of waste when you're done with it, and then a routine that's completely unrealistic and probably unnecessary. I mean, like I said, a lot of ingredients play well together. Let's put them in the same formula. There's no reason not to. You can have a 5-6 step if you still, insist on steps. We got masks, we got toners, but like simply, you just need to moisturize your face and protect your skin from the sun. You need a little sun, but it is responsible for 80 to like 97% of the signs of aging. So the struggle is real as a person who loves the sun and figured that all out too late, but.
It's never too late to
It's never too late to do something.
Right? It's never too late.
I definitely made changes, definitely.
Yeah. And it's interesting, like talking about the barrier protection, because that's something that we've talked about a couple of times, right? In our
barrier, skin barrier.
In our last holistic practitioners collaborative, and I'll just do a little plug for our group. So Marika and I are in a holistic practitioners collaborative. We meet monthly to support people who are in holistic wellness, spiritual wellness, alternative kind of health and wellness. And it's a community just to support folks trying to do the hard thing, to live their passion, to grow their business. Anyway, so we had a meeting last month about boundaries, and I loved it. So I was lucky to be in a conversation with Marika, and you just said, I don't really relate to the conversations happening here, because we were all talking about a need to enforce boundaries because we didn't feel like we were maybe doing that well for ourselves a lot of the time. And you were just like, this is something that comes so naturally to me. And I would love it. Like, would you mind just sharing a little bit about that? Because I think it just dovetails so nicely with the work you're called to do in helping us create boundaries for our skin.
Yeah, I feel like if you're having the feeling that your boundary is being crossed, there was absolutely nothing wrong with saying, I don't like this right now. But you can put it in so many different ways, depending on your situation, who you're with, if they're sensitive, if they're aggressive. If somebody's being aggressive, you don't necessarily have to mirror that, but if you can, maybe you should, because that's how they communicate. But, and if you're wishy-washy with somebody who's super direct, then they don't take it as important to you. You know, not everybody's really like in tune with other people, as you may know.
We're all at different stages of the journey.
So some people don't even know that they're crossing lines, you know? So just like with anything, just tell them, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, people don't want to be confrontational. It doesn't have to be a confrontation though. It's just like, hey, or you can even say, you know, I know sometimes I can babble on a little bit. So if you tell me to stop talking, I won't take it, I won't be insulted at all. So, but I might do that with you. Is that okay? So that we have this, you know, boundary on our time and keeping on point with the conversation, like just relating it to this, you know?
Yeah.
So you can like preemptively, if you know that you tend to let people bulldoze you or something like that.
I love that.
And then next thing you know, you're not a person that gets bulldozed.
Yeah. It's a muscle you can grow.
I think so.
I think so. I think like anything, right, with practice.
Right. I mean, I think we all, as women, have a pair of balls to us, to put it bluntly. But
I've been embracing my inner villain, listening to songs in the car that make me feel like,
yeah,
badass witch.
Yeah, right? Badass witch.
Badass witch.
Love it.
We all have it, right? We contain multitudes.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking now, in having this conversation, about the power of applying a skincare product, and as I do it, reinforcing that idea of boundaries. Not only am I putting this on my skin as protection from the sun, but I'm protecting my whole being with this act, right? This is an act of self-love, yes, and embedded within that is an act of protection, an act of boundary setting.
Absolutely. Like setting an intention with any ceremonial act makes sense, right? Because we infuse that intention in what we're doing. So why not?
Absolutely.
And just about every liquid has the ability, anything containing water anyways, has the ability to hold a frequency, right? We know our thoughts have frequencies, and our intentions and our feelings, our sense, wherever our body is in space, like health-wise, every tissue to our body has its own frequency. So if we are able to resonate our frequencies, and that's going to infuse into your cream.
Absolutely.
It can.
It can. Yeah. What are some of the kind of intentions that you bring to the products you're making, or how are you kind of working with the magic that exists in making these products?
My thoughts when I'm creating them are, I always think healthy skin, and there's two things that I always think, and I don't know why I can't have it right now.
That's okay.
But sometimes I even get the solfeggio frequencies playing, or I play classical music. So those are musical sounds sometimes, but they have the frequency of whatever you want. So you want to play a solfeggio frequency for deep sleep, put it on when you go to sleep. You can do it for love. You can do it for just general health and wellness. You can do it for anti-anxiety. So you can just go to Spotify and say solfeggio frequency. It's like the Italian solfeggio, double G.
Okay.
Very easy. And it'll just play it for you.
That's amazing.
Pretty cool.
And so it's kind of like the canvas for whatever intention you're working to bring to the experience you're having or to the product you're making.
Yes. Yeah. And it's really corny, but
there's nothing corny.
When I'm done with an ingredient, I say, thank you, jojoba oil.
Yes. Well, I think the idea of reciprocity is so beautiful and something that we've lost, right? Like the idea.
This plant is here to nourish me now. That's its new job, right?
Exactly. And I'm so grateful for it doing that work, right? And
right.
Yeah.
It's like I said, once they all come together, this thing is now greater than them all separately. So they've done something amazing. Magic,
right? Isn't that part of magic, right? The sum is greater than the parts.
You take ordinary things and make magic.
Yeah. Love.
And now we can help people's skin.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Just a little finesse too, a little finesse involved.
Yeah. I'm curious, when you're intrigued by a new ingredient, how do you go about starting to work with it, right? If we think about them as friends, right? Because I imagine at some point, these I feel like ingredient product, they sound it's almost too sterile, right? These these little allies,
Yeah, my little actors.
I love that. Your little actors on the stage.
It's hard because you get all this stuff and then you're like, well, my formula for this is down pat. My formula for that's down pat. So I do keep a couple things that I play with.
Yeah.
My cream cleanser, my body lotions, which I don't even sell. They take they would be so expensive considering nobody would pay what they would cost.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe someone would.
Well, there's always somebody.
Someone.
Sometimes you just put the price tag on and people are like, that must be better. I'm like, well, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is why. But I just make them for like myself and friends. But
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're just as fine as the face cream. They just have fewer active ingredients. But I mean, stuff like cocoa butter is expensive. It's very expensive, and you're going to use a fair amount. And you're going to use 8 ounces of it. It's so much more. Anyways, point was, where were we?
The friends.
New ingredients.
As you get to
new
know
friends.
A new friend.
All right. So yeah, I'll maybe try it in, I do a biphase cleanser as a makeup remover, a body lotion, a body butter, or my cleansers. So I tend to fool around with those a little bit. Because they're not my like main focus. Then once in a while, like somebody comes along and is like, can you make a cream particularly for this, or like a kid or a teenager with acne, and then I'll make a custom formula. So I can get to like things like azelaic acid and seaweed extract and stuff like that. I'll be like, let's try some of these things.
Yeah.
Because they're so good for your skin. And azelaic acid is like an extremely gentle acid to exfoliate and renew skin. So yeah.
If I were to come to you, right, and so this is probably going to be in our future, if I were to come to you and say, this is the problem that I'm having, like, what are the questions you would ask to help connect me with the right blend, the right formula?
We would definitely find out where your skin's at right now. So is it reactive? Is it dry or dehydrated? You can be one or the other or both, right? Because you can have oily skin but lack water. So you're dehydrated but oily. You know, so your skin will actually suffer from that. It'll look bad. So hydration is huge, right? And once we get over like 35, 40, like it gets bigger and bigger. And then once you get to 60, it is literally all you should be doing. It's just throwing water at your face all the time. Like serums, essences to like wake it up and spray. Like you need to use really great creams that hold things in, you know, hydrate and then seal it in. And I did a thing for 2 women in their 70s, and I could not believe the difference after a full, you know, we did exfoliate and cleanse and serums, and we did lip scrub and lip balm, like the whole 9 yards, eye stuff. And at the end, I was just like, oh my God, you guys are beautiful. Like, obviously they were already beautiful, but I mean, I couldn't believe the hydrated look they had, the glow in their face. I had never done women older than, I would say 50 something, 60, like that, soup to nuts, you know, the whole beautiful treatment. And so, I might have diverted there. Did I cross a boundary?
No, that was amazing. It's so empowering, right? It's so empowering that
It's so like reassuring, you know, like, oh, my stuff works.
Yes, exactly.
And they saw, and they were like, buying it all. I'm like, oh my God, I don't even have half these things. I was just doing in a demonstration so you could be cleansed and exfoliated before you added all the things. So I had to make a new batch of at least 3 things to give to them. They wanted all the things.
I absolutely love that. And it again, like, I think you can't underestimate your care and your love, right? I mean,
I hope so, right? I hope that's part of it.
Absolutely,
I
right?
think
Just
so.
to hear someone to provide the attention that they need, perhaps in a very vulnerable place. I think, you know, I don't want to say it's just women. I think all people, as we do get older, it is hard to see your face change, to see, right? To see your skin be different than it was.
You're like, I'm 25, younger. And then you're like, oh,
right. I will always be like 22 years old, you know, just, right? But to hold space for folks who are, you know, finding their what's the word I want to say? Folks who are meeting themselves again.
Well, we're in like a different evolution right now, right? Like, can I swear on this thing?
Maybe a little.
Okay. So, sort of running out of F's to give. I think we were talking the other day about how, you know, the lowered estrogen and progesterone, like these are the hormones that make you want to be pleasing to people. They're the ones that help you to be nurturing and caring, and that's all good stuff. We're not losing it. We're just having a little less. It's really interesting that it coincides with a time in life when children are old enough that they're more self-sufficient, right? And we are kind of coming into our own and realizing, okay, it's time to live a life for me. You know, luckily I had my 20s, so I did do a little bit of that. But yeah, you come into this, it's just an interesting time in life. And also, the reason that I always like to kind of focus on women in their 40s and 50s is because skincare can really make a huge difference. It can like turn back some time to a degree. So those fine lines, we can make them pretty much disappear with really good skincare. And yeah, we don't get rid of wrinkles. We earn our wrinkles.
We earn them. Exactly. They're beautiful and important.
They're beautiful. May your wrinkles be laugh lines.
Yes.
But
if Botox is your thing, like that's cool. Do you?
No, you do you. I'm not judging. But as far as also, natural interventions go,
cool.
like, we're all going to get them.
Yeah.
I just remind myself, beauty is not a depreciating asset.
Exactly.
It's not. It doesn't have to be.
Exactly.
And we should stop treating people like it is.
I agree.
It really isn't. And on top of that, there are things we can do.
Yeah.
And like I said, you hit about 60. It's the hydration game. It's just hydrate and keep hydrating.
This is maybe not a fair question to ask someone who makes skincare products, but how much of skin health comes from the inside out?
Most. Yeah. Cannot be ignored. Right? No one ever wants to hear anything. That's the hard job, though. Just like with anything. Like, it's part of taking care of your health. But a healthy person who's eating well and drinking lots of water and gets the right amount of nutrition is going to have good skin. Skin tells a myriad of stories. It really does.
Are there teas that you found are helpful to drink and put on your face?
The lesser caffeine ones are going to be hydrating. I mean, caffeine's not the biggest dehydrator in the world. It's not. It's a pretty weak diuretic.
Yeah.
And a glass of water is going to more than negate any effect of that. So you don't want to drink a ton of caffeine because now you are operating that as a pretty good diuretic. Excuse me. Alcohol shows in the face, definitely. And then malnutrition shows in the face with flaky skin. And then autoimmune disorders, I can pretty much see that in someone's face. And that's a combination of, it could be genetics, usually diet, almost always an emotional component. Yeah. So I know that person's got a complex case. So that's a real inside job.
Yeah.
You know, I can quell it. I can calm it down. I can decrease the irritation. And I have a great picture of a woman I did that for. And as soon as I saw her, I knew there was probably an immune issue, but none of my business. I just focused on what I could do for her. Yeah. And within 2 days, she sent me a picture and was like, oh my God, I'm so, so happy. And after a month, I'm like, normal. Her face looked normal. It was patchy, red, angry, blotchy. It was so angry.
This is your magic.
Yes. It was so nice to see. It's so nice when it works.
So
and nothing works for everyone.
Yes.
But I try to make it as friendly to as many people as possible and be mindful of sensitivities and issues.
So for someone who's crazy to try your products, how can they find you?
I'm at highteaskincare.com. I'm on Instagram if you want to follow. I'm on Facebook. You can reach me through all messengers and DMs. And I live right here in Wakefield, Massachusetts. So I am around, and local people, I just deliver. So highteaskincare.com is the best way, and Marika at highteaskincare.com if you'd like to email me if you want something special or one of the things that's not listed on my website.
Awesome. Please reach out to her. Her products are amazing, just like she is. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for being here. And thanks for watching, viewers, and we'll see you next time.